Hello everyone. Here is my income report of all my niche website for the month of February 2022. So let me get started. So this is the site one summary. You can see here total revenue $1,715 and total expenses $166. So net to net it is $1,549.44 is the profit for the month of February. One important point to note for this particular month is February is only 28-day month compared to January, which was 31-day month. So almost 10% of less days compared to previous months. Accordingly, there will be some impact on the traffic as well as on the revenue. So keep that in mind. Total the site got about 67k page views in the month of February. And I published 9 new articles. Net to net it brought $1,549. This is one of the sites which is now actually creating some concern to me. This was doing very well with respect to page views and sessions, also revenue few months back till September, October. It was actually hitting nearly 90k page views. Now if you see here, it is about even if you add 10% to this February, considering this is only 28 months, this is about 70k. That means almost 30% of traffic is down for this particular site. Accordingly, you can see that same impact on the revenues as well. So if you add 30% to the total revenue, earlier it used to be 2,200 2,300 US dollars for this from this site alone. Now it has come down to nearly 1,700 purely because the traffic has gone down. Two elements. One is because of I think some of the algorithm updates, there were few pages that got affected and some rankings got shuffled. That is common. I normally expect for whenever any major algorithm gets rolled out, about 10% of deviation. But most importantly, there seems to be some other 1 or 2 new sites that entered in the same niche, and there actually some of the pages were outranked by that particular site. So I'm doing some analysis to see if I can further update those articles, or maybe I can add some new content and with low competition and all that. Anyways, the plan, as I said in the annual planning video, the plan is only to work maybe for another couple of months on this particular site and then give a pass. So meantime, in these 2 months, I will see what are all the topics that I can pick up and then add, so that it can compensate and bring back the traffic that was lost. So that's the status overall for the site number 1. Net to net, $1,549 is the profit in the month of February, and overall cumulative, if you see, 23k so far the net profit from this particular site. Site number 2, no content was added so far. Probably from the month of April or May, I'm going to pick it up. As I said, I have plans to add another maybe around 50 plus articles on this particular niche to see if I can actually bring back life to this particular site. But for now, no work is going on. And so cost perspective, only the hosting cost. Net to net, the revenue is $12 from few Amazon sales, and the cost is 2.5. Net to net in this particular month, about $10 profit. But overall, if you see, the site is $800 negative. And then coming to the third site, I just added 1 article. Again, this was because of the availability of the writer. And anyway, I'm going to go very slow on this particular site. There is no plan to go very aggressively. Probably every month about 3 to 5 articles. That's the plan. It brought $42 revenue in the month of February, both EZOIC as well as Amazon, and cost was $46 because I got a few articles written. A couple of articles were actually rewritten articles, and 1 article the fresh article. So net to net, if you see, $46 is the cost, whereas the revenue is only $43 roughly. So $3 is the net loss in the month of February. Overall flat. And if you see the cumulative, the site is still in about $1,450 negative. But I'm sure, I think once all these the articles that we published in the last 6 months, once they get started ranking, it will start generating some good revenue. So that's about site number 3. Site number 4, as I said, no plans to work on this particular site at least for next 6 months. I stopped working on this in the last quarter of 2021. If you see here, January, February, no articles were published. Site got 4,000 page views and net revenue is $54. It's a combination of EZOIC and Amazon, and net expenses are only $13 because there is no cost, content cost. For the month of February, net to net, there's a $41 of profit, and cumulative, you see, site is still about $1,000 in loss. However, this is just 1 year site. Exactly, if you remember, last year February I launched this site, and I also made a video, created a video when I launched this particular site. Exactly 1 year. I strongly believe that this is the time the site will start actually picking up. So probably next 6 months I should be able to see some decent rankings, and obviously that will translate into some revenues. So that's about site number 4. And site number 5, again, as I said, I see some momentum for this particular site. I initially thought it got affected because of the product review algorithm and all that that happened in last year April, but I feel this is actually taking some time organically to start getting some rankings, because 95% of the content on this particular site commercial content. Even the approach is going to be, even for the new articles, although I'm going to continue the same approach, this site is going to be heavily commercial focused, buyer intent focused. That's why I did not even enable the EZOIC ads so far. I will see if really the page views go about 10,000 or so. I will think about it. But if you see, notice here, just for 1,000 views, it's actually getting about $80 revenue, because 95% of the content is the commercial content. So whatever traffic that this site gets, there is a very high probability that will create some affiliate sales. Because of that reason, total, if you see, the revenue is $81 and expenses are $25. So net to net this month the profit is $55, and overall, if you see cumulative, there is a $500 negative. And from next month onward, there will be some cost towards for this particular site, because I just started getting some articles written for this particular site, and there is a plan to hit that 100 mark of total articles in next maybe 6 months of time. Because of that, there will be some cost. However, I'm very confident that this site will be able to make up for the expenses. If you see the page views, there is an increase from January. It was only 400 page views, and almost double the page views, considering there is only 28-day month. If you look at it, is almost double, traffic is doubled. That's about site number 5. And site number 6, which is my big ticket item, it's nicely growing. In the month of January, it was 5,800 page views, and in the month of February, it is 7,000 page views. If you see here, almost, I think, nearly 30% of growth in terms of traffic, and I added another 18 new articles. Net to net, if you see, the revenue is $331.93, that's a $332. Compared to January, it is nearly 30% less. However, 10% we can deduct, we can ignore because of the number of days less, but still the revenue is 20% down. I think that's only the temporary. I strongly believe that that revenue will continue to go for this particular site. And cost, if you see, it's about $245, because I continue to get new content written for this site, and I am going to continue to do that till end of this year. I have plans to publish more content for this particular site, because this is one of the big ticket item site that I am really betting very high in this year and next year also. So total, if you see, in the February month, it brought $86 profit net to net, considering the revenues and expenses. Cumulative total now site is in $1,440 loss. However, if you look at the trend in last 2 months itself, it recovered about $200. I'm very sure probably in next maybe 6 months to 8 months of time, this site will become profitable. So anyway, I will keep you posted. That's about site number 6. Site number 7 is the site that I purchased last year in the month of March, April, during that time, and then did a lot of cleaning. It's a case study site for which I'm also sharing the monthly updates with all of you. In the month of February, I added another 9 articles. Currently, site has 86 articles. The plan is most likely by end of March or April, I'm going to hit that 100 article mark and then take a pause. No plans to work beyond that. I will also be exhausted with all the keywords associated with this particular niche, but I'm very happy the way site has been progressing with respect to the traffic as well as revenues. If you see the page views for the month of February, 8,400, that's nearly 10% more than 15% more than January compared to January. And also revenues, if you see, total $385 revenue, and if you actually add up probably that 10%, it will be more or less flat compared to the previous month. And the costs were $179. Net profit is $200 for the month of February. And if you see the cumulative profit till now, site already made $1,100 US. This is excluding the valuation of the site. So that's about site number 7. And site number 8, no work is going on, so there is no revenue in the month of February. Cost is also just hosting cost, net to net. There is nothing much to talk about this particular site. But after April or May, I have plans to revisit this particular site and see what new content I can add. That's about it. And site number 9, which I launched just 5 months back, it brought about $1.80 in the month of February. And total revenues, that's about the total revenues, and cost is about $80. Net to net, if you see, in the month it is $70 less, but overall if you see, the site is in $922 loss. And I'm not very hopeful or positive about this particular site because I explained these details in my annual video also. I realized after starting the site that probably the niche and also the keywords that I picked up are not really looking very positive. However, I already published 100 articles. You see here, there are another, I think 5 or 6 articles already written. So in the month of March, I am going to publish all the remaining 5, 6 or 7, whatever maybe the articles left out already, which were already written. And then I'm going to take a pause on this particular site. No more work beyond March on this particular site. I will give another 6 months of time. By then it will complete 1 year. And then we'll see if how it performs. Depending on that, I will take a call. That's about site number 9. Site number 10 is the public case study. So I have been making, since I purchased this particular site, I have been making videos live demonstrating every activity I have been performing on this particular site. If you have not yet watched, please go and check out. I completed the first round of cleanup. So total, I removed about 20 plus articles. Net to net, the site has now 71 articles. So I will make a video in next maybe 2-3 days of time showing you the complete the summary of the cleanup after cleanup of this particular site. And currently the site is basically in, I think, more or less in the transition stage. First round of cleanup is done, and it brought revenue about $17, and page views are flat. If you compare to the January, it is 1600 to 1500 by 28 days, so it's more or less flat. And expenses are about $16.50 because I got one article written in the month of February. So in the month of March, I may get few articles written, and then from April onwards, I will also see if I can get some more articles written. Overall, there is a plan to get another 30 plus articles on this particular site, but I may not go very aggressively. Depending on the bandwidth availability of my writer, I will take a call. I will anyway create another video detailing about the plan related to this particular site as part of our public case study video series that is going on. That's about site number 10. And if you look at the total portfolio summary, in the month of February, 56 articles were published across all the sites, and total revenue $2,642.89, and total expenses are $776.68, and net to net profit in this particular month alone $1,866. And if you look at the cumulative profit till now, the portfolio already made $17K US. So that's the financial summary of my entire portfolio of all the niche websites. Many of you have been asking me about this particular template of this sheet that I have been maintaining for all my financials. I have cleaned it up, and there is a link in the description section. Please go and check it out. You can take it up. There may be here and there some formulas would have been mixed up. Please fix it, because while cleaning up, maybe I would have deleted some of those things knowingly or unknowingly. Okay, so those are the details I just wanted to share with all of you. If you have any questions, please do ask in the comment section. Thanks. Bye.